The uprising of the Tunisian people in January 2011 mainly was caused from the corruption of the political elite, the high unemployment rate, and the lack of prospects for the youth. These issues have their origins in the bureaucratic burden and the administrative complications.
That story of self-determination began 6 months ago in Tunisia. On December 17th, a young vendor named Mohamed Bouazizi.
The government of the United States has been alongside Tunisia since the first days of the Jasmine Revolution, and a program to support the Tunisian young democracy has been put in place. One of the flagship projects is the Tax and Customs Project, TCP.
The Tunisia Tax and Customs Reform Pilot Activity is a collaboration between the governments of Tunisia and the United States. Our project is financed by the U.S. Agency for International Development and supports the Ministry of Finance reform agenda for tax policy, tax administration, customs reform, and trade facilitation and strategic communications. To advance trade facilitation, one of our project's major initiatives has been to conduct a mapping of all of the policies and procedures related to external commerce. We are working with Tunisia TradeNet on this initiative. Tunisia TradeNet is an ideal partner because of their positioning as a hub or a single window or platform with a multitude of different agencies and organizations, including different ministries involved with trade and the private sector.
TCP-USD est un projet de diagnostic des procédures de commerce extérieur dont l'objectif est de faire un mapping de toutes les procédures de commerce extérieur, de l'ouverture du titre à son paiement, en passant par l'importation de la marchandise, le transport, les formalités de dédouanement, etc. Ce projet consiste à faire un mapping sur les procédures qui existent sur le terrain, les procédures de facto, les procédures qui existent dans les textes des jurés, les procédures électroniques, de manière à prendre les mesures nécessaires pour pouvoir y faire des recommandations, pour les unifier et apporter des facilitations au niveau des procédures.
L'approche entreprise pour notre projet de Diagnostic des procédures du commerce extérieur était de positionner le client en premier. Des consultations ont tenu lieu, on continue, on voit les clients, on a vu un grand nombre de personnes, des représentants d'associations, de fédérations, de commissariats en douane, de toutes sortes de métiers qui concernent le commerce extérieur, tous les représentants, et même au sein de notre équipe, on a des membres, des gens d'affaires de Tunisie.
A participatory approach has been adopted to ensure that all the stakeholders from the private and public sector take the ownership of the project. This approach consisted of the analysis of TTN needs, identification of public and private sector stakeholders involved in the external trade operations, a documentary research, individual face-to-face interviews with private sector organizations, mapping of the external trade process, presentation of findings in validation workshops, individual face-to-face interviews with the public sector organizations to confirm and validate the mapping. Throughout this process, a public-private steering committee monitored the mission. Following this diagnostic phase, additional needs have been identified and complementary activities to enhance TTN's technical support has been carried out, including the reorganization of the Customer Relation Department and capacity building of its employees. Thanks to this technical assistance, TTN was able to list all the processes related to the external trade as practiced on the ground. This document will be of great use for the new versions of TTN solutions. Compare what is being applied with existing regulations and analyze gaps. Analyze all data duplication in the forms used in external trade operations. Implement improvements in the services offered to TTN's clients. This diagnostic mission is the first phase of an important step for Tunisia, because by identifying the constraints of the system, it is easier to facilitate, simplify, and make more transparent processes related to external trade. Thus, This USAID project will contribute to the development of the Tunisian economy, making it dynamic and more competitive.